Subscribe for more stories. The Lab. In a small town shrouded by thick forests, there stood an abandoned laboratory known only as the Sinclair Institute. The townsfolk whispered of dark experiments that took place within its walls, fueling the local conspiracy theories. Many believed that the government had conducted secret tests on unsuspecting citizens, while others spoke of supernatural entities that haunted the premises. Those who dared venture too close could almost hear the whispers carried by the wind, warning them to stay away. One fateful night, a group of curious teenagers decided to explore the Sinclair Institute, spurred by their shared intrigue and a desire for adventure. Tristan, an aspiring journalist, saw this as an opportunity to uncover the truth behind the haunting legends surrounding the lab. He recruited his friends, Maya, the brains of the group, Sarah, a skeptic with a thirst for excitement, and Ethan, a brave soul who never backed down from a challenge. Underneath a moonless sky, the group entered the eerie building, its entrance cloaked in the darkness of the surrounding forest. Tristan led them through a maze of corridors, their footsteps echoing off the decaying walls. The air hung heavy with a stale scent of abandonment, amplified by the chilling silence that wrapped them like a shroud. As they delved deeper into the laboratory's secrets, they stumbled upon hidden rooms, each more macabre than the last. Strange equipment, covered in a thick layer of dust, littered the room. Broken glass, shattered vials, and faded documents hinted at a forgotten time of scientific exploration gone horribly awry. Unbeknownst to the group, the Sinclair Institute had indeed served as a testing ground for the government's clandestine experiments in the past. Top-secret research aimed at controlling human behavior and manipulating the mind had taken place within these very walls. Failed attempts had resulted in the unnatural apparitions and malevolent forces that haunted the forsaken laboratory. Just as Tristan and his friends began to piece together the sinister truth, they noticed a pair of crimson eyes glowing in the depths of the darkness. The eyes belonged to a figure cloaked in shadows, a twisted embodiment of the lab's dark secrets. Panic surged through their veins, but they knew they had no choice but to push forward. Driven by their collective fear, they ventured further, guided only by the dim glow of their flashlights. Each step became heavier, the suffocating atmosphere stifling their every move. The air seemed to vibrate with an otherworldly energy as the group approached a heavily fortified door at the end of a long, winding corridor. With trembling hands, Tristan pulled out a set of rusted keys he had discovered earlier. As he fumbled to find the correct key, eerie whispers enveloped the corridor, crawling through the cracks in the walls and sending shivers down their spines. At last, the door creaked open, revealing a cavernous chamber bathed in an eerie, pulsating light. Inside, rows of tanks lined the walls, filled with a mysterious liquid that glowed with an unnatural luminescence. The group stood in awe, their breath caught in their chests as they beheld the disturbing sight before them. As they moved closer, captivated by the ethereal glow, they noticed distorted figures suspended within the liquid. They appeared to be human, but their bodies were grotesquely transformed, distorted by unearthly experiments. The realization struck them with a sickening revelation. The Sinclair Institute had been a breeding ground for abominations, where scientific boundaries had been pushed and twisted beyond recognition. Suddenly, a powerful surge of energy coursed through the room, causing the tanks to shatter one by one. Free from their liquid prisons, the abominations emerged, limbs contorting, eyes glowing with malicious intent. Panic engulfed the group as they became trapped within the chamber, surrounded by the results of the twisted experiments. In a desperate bid to survive, they fought back, using anything within reach as makeshift weapons. The battle raged on, shadows intertwining with frenzied movements, screams of terror echoing through the chamber. They fought, fueled by a primal instinct to preserve their lives, but the abominations seemed relentless in their pursuit. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a blinding light filled the chamber. It shimmered with an otherworldly radiance, purging the darkness and banishing the abominations back to the depths from which they came. Hovering in the center of the chamber was a spectral figure, emanating a sense of ancient wisdom and power. The figure revealed itself to be the spirit of a scientist who had once worked within the Sinclair Institute. Driven by guilt for his role in the atrocities that took place there, he had harnessed the remnants of his vitality to protect unsuspecting souls from the dangers that lay within. He expressed regret for his actions and offered guidance to the spectral scientist guided the group towards a hidden escape route, a secret passage that led to an underground tunnel network. With his ethereal presence leading the way, they navigated the labyrinthine tunnels, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and hope. As they emerged from the darkness of the tunnels, they found themselves in a hidden valley surrounded by towering cliffs. The sunlight bathed the pristine landscape, offering a sense of tranquility and safety they hadn't felt in days. The group took a moment to catch their breaths, their hearts still racing from the encounter in the chamber. The spectral scientist spoke softly, conveying a sense of urgency in his voice. He explained that the Sinclair Institute had long been using unsuspecting individuals for their twisted experiments, and it was their duty to ensure the truth was exposed to the world. He revealed that hidden within the Institute was a library of information documenting the depths of the atrocities committed there. With a newfound determination, the group pledged to honor the spirit's plea for justice. They set out on a quest to gather evidence, determined to shed light on the darkness that had plagued the Sinclair Institute for far too long. Armed with their collective skills and the guidance of the spectral scientist, they ventured back into the heart of the Institute, prepared to face whatever lay ahead. Overcoming various obstacles and puzzles, the group navigated the labyrinthine hallways, bypassing menacing security systems and dodging patrols. They pressed on with unwavering resolve, motivated by the knowledge that their mission had the potential to expose the Sinclair Institute and bring an end to its horrors. Finally, they reached the inner sanctum of the Institute, where the library of documents awaited them. They meticulously gathered files, research notes, and audio recordings, compiling a comprehensive account of the experiments and the individuals involved. It was a treasure trove of evidence that would reveal the truth to the world and bring justice to the victims. With the evidence securely in their possession, the group retreated from the Institute, their mission accomplished. They vowed to disseminate the information far and wide, ensuring that those responsible faced justice and that the victims would be remembered. Months later, the truth about the Sinclair Institute was exposed to the world, shocking and horrifying society at large. The perpetrators were apprehended and held accountable for their crimes. The victims, whose lives had been irrevocably altered, found solace in the knowledge that their suffering had not been in vain. The spectral scientist, having fulfilled his purpose, gradually faded away, his mission complete. But his legacy lived on in the hearts of the group members who had fought alongside him. They were forever changed by their encounter with the supernatural and the injustice they had witnessed. As time passed, the group members continued to support each other, forming a tight-knit community bonded by their shared experience. They dedicated themselves to advocating for justice, working towards preventing similar atrocities from occurring in the future. They became a voice for the voiceless, ensuring that the stories of the victims were heard and that their memory would never be forgotten. Their efforts to expose the truth about the Sinclair Institute led to important reforms in the field of experimental research and ethics. Stricter regulations were put in place to protect the rights and well-being of human subjects, and greater transparency was demanded in scientific institutions worldwide. The group's bravery and perseverance did not go unnoticed. They were hailed as heroes and their story became the subject of a best-selling book and a widely acclaimed documentary. Their unwavering commitment and the obstacles they overcame made them an inspiration to many, igniting a global conversation about the importance of ethics in scientific research. In the years that followed, the group members went on to pursue various paths, each using their unique skills and experiences to make a positive impact on the world. Some became influential advocates for justice, working with organizations to ensure the fair treatment of individuals in vulnerable positions. Others focused on scientific endeavors, dedicating themselves to ethical research and pushing boundaries in a responsible and compassionate manner. But no matter where life took them, the group members never forgot the fateful encounter that brought them together. They stayed connected, supporting each other through life's challenges and always cherishing the bond they had formed during that extraordinary journey. And so, the story of the group, the spectral scientist, and the Sinclair Institute became a testament to the power of unity, bravery, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. It served as a sobering reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the brightest facades and the importance of staying vigilant in the face of injustice. The end. Subscribe for more stories.